Hey everyone, thank you for joining me for another video, and today we're back in PowerWash Simulator. So we're going to be cracking on with more of our bonus jobs now. So we've got the Muckingham Files Part 3, we've done the aquarium, so now we have the submarine to do. So PowerWash Services, on behalf of everyone here at Caldera University's Marine Biology Department, a huge thank you for helping us out. Investigations into the recent seismic activity have left the university's research submarine Rowdy Sea Life coated in benthic substrate and on the verge of seizing up. It's gotten pretty interesting in the Caldera County coastline since Rushless started rumbling, and the recent offshore seismic activity gave us an exciting opportunity to see how the habitat reacts in real time. I don't know if you're aware, but our waters boast a unique and sensitive ecosystem found nowhere else on Earth, and we have to do all we can to protect it. Unfortunately, our affirmative action has taken it out on poor old Rowdy. So, who knows? Looks like the egg of some gigantic sea monster, assuming sea monsters are indeed egg-laying. Oh, who now looks like... Oh, who knows? Fucking hell. Help if I read, wouldn't it? Right, there we go. Let's go dive in. And okay, so this one looks like it might be a slightly more manageable job. Let's just get cracking. Let's stick a long extension on and let's work on this. Alright, so we've got a lot of stuff to get off, so stick to this. There we are, that's better. That patterning, it looks like it had a giant squid attached to it. Okay, we need the extra long so we get a bit more. That's the ticket. Get the old barnacles off. Ah, so that's what colour it was. It was white. Okay, good. So we're just going to start working on this. We've got some of the ballast tanks out on the side. I think this is going to be the longest area to do, is on the bottom part. Obviously we are far enough away that it's going to need a bit more work. We may need to go to the smaller nozzle. Let's go pop that on and let's see what it's like from up top. Oops, no, it would help if I could actually get up the stairs, wouldn't it? Come on, let me on top. Yep. Right, there we go. Right, let's get cracking here. Oh, that's better. That's the stuff we want. Get right in close and get on top of it. That's how we want it to look. Nice and clean. Cool. So we've got quite a lot. Oh, look at that. Crab Bay Aquarium. Oh, we were just there a minute ago. That's the aquarium we cleaned. And that was a bloody job and a half, that one. About 4 hours of work. Get that all cleaned up. But worth it for how it looked at the end though. Right, so we've got propellers to sort out. It's coming off relatively easily. You just have to be a bit close to it to have the relevant pressure to get it off. Okay, that's nice. See if we can get this tail fin cleaned up. If we can do that, that'll be one item completely off the list. Try and do it without falling off the bloody thing. Nice. That's doing the wonderful job, that is. So we've got the upper holes one entire area, so that's going to take a bit of time. Not as long as the aquarium did, but still not going to be a quick job. Yeah, you see, if you get too far away, it just becomes almost impossible to clean in one sweep. We're going to have the back part of that tail fin to clean in a few minutes, but we'll get up here and we'll carry on working on the flatter area up on top. Marvellous little bits to design some of these submarines. The pressures they've got to withstand are absolutely immense. Well, obviously depends on how deep it goes, but even so, trying to keep a pressurized atmosphere inside for keeping the humans alive, whilst the dealing with the exterior pressure of the weight of all the water pressing down on it. The engineering is absolutely wonderful. And of course, if you get the calculations or the materials wrong, as has recently been in the news about a certain submarine that went down towards the Titanic and never came back up again, with the tragic loss of all hands, unfortunately. Goes to show when you get it wrong, there's no second chances at that kind of depth, unfortunately. When it decides to let go, you're very much going to find out just how much pressure there is at those sorts of depths. Unfortunately, the human body is not going to win that battle. Right, good. First item done. Put everything there, good. Let's clear this one off so we can get this porthole done. These are wonderfully designed as well, portholes, because being able to see out and keep all the pressure of the water out at the same time is quite an achievement. That's why you'll usually find they're made of very, very thick glass. Haven't heard of any real composite materials being as tensile strength as the glass that people tend to use in portholes. Done. For reasons that are poorly understood, the bedrock around the slopes of Rushcliffe are extraordinarily fertile. Oh. There we go. Fertile bedrock. Heard it here first, folks. Good. Cool. Get the porthole sorted. We're certainly going a lot faster than we did with the aquarium, let's put it that way. I get the feeling some of these bits on the side are going to be an absolute pig of a job to get cleaned. We have to come at them from the right kind of angle and everything else. Okay, cool. Cool. I guess there's something underneath. Always something underneath with these. Done. There we go. Okay, good. So we've got our conning tower here. Tidy all that up. Might be one of the quick wins we can get. Yeah, look how quickly it comes off when you're very close to the surface that you're trying to clean. Much better. Cool, that's coming up really nicely. Edge to do, and then we're going to get whatever's under there. Hand wheel, of course, will be its own separate section, like so. Conning tower hatch. Turn you into the stubby. Right on the edge where we don't have enough room to stand is where we need to get to. Full. Really don't like stuff that's orange in this game when we're trying to find where some of the crap is in a small area. Very easily lost in the details of everything else. There we go, hatch done. Right, where on these hinges have we got? A little bit in the back corner there. Or is that just a reflection? Ah, we got the conning tower collar as well. That's going to be a bit fiddly. Oh good, we got that done. always check underneath. That's where everything hides in this game, is underneath. Sweet. Good. Right, so we're going to get that periscope done. Sweet. Periscope done. I can't these days hear the word periscope without thinking of the the comedy film Down Periscope with Kelsey Grammer. So it's kind of nicknamed as the airplane underwater. Quite good fun, light-hearted little movie. May not have done the best in the box office and stuff, but I quite enjoyed it. If you enjoy those kind of light-hearted comedies, a la Airplane and things like that, where they really don't take themselves too seriously, then and thankfully they only made one of them. They didn't try and turn it into a series. There are some certain you know, niceness about having a film that just stands on its own. Don't need to turn everything into a series. You know, I mean, for example, we're going to carry on down the kind of genre of the jovial comedy parody kind of thing. The original Scary Movie, really good, very funny, very original. They did not need to make half a dozen remakes or like, you know, sequels or however many it was. They just became increasingly more and more feeling like they're trying to be the first one. Just, to me, just didn't work. If they'd have left it, Scary Movie, on its own, boom. That would have been fine. You know, a nice, good parody movie for a new generation, that would have been great. But the problem is, to do that, is you have to try and meet that success or better it in every successive film. The problem is, they didn't. They just seem to get progressively less funny with trying to be more outrageous, and it's like, yeah, no. Again, that's my opinion. Your mileage may vary. No. There you go. Something you put in the comments. What was your favourite kind of spoof, parody, you know, send-up kind of movie? You know, you've got lots to look at. You've got, you know, things like Spaceballs and things like that. Pop it down in the comments. Let me know what ones you enjoyed. Can make it into quite a funny conversation, or, you know, discussion between everybody, really. especially if there are different generations of people watching. Okay, good. So we're now on to the control arms. Yeah, they're just calling them robotic arms, fine. Or manipulator arms as they're usually called. There we go, look at that. Almost looks clean from up this side, doesn't it? Only when you get back up the top that you realise how much we've still got to go. Okay, well, I mean, up at the top here, this has been relatively smooth sailing so far. I think the problem will come when we get down the sides. It's fine, we can get to those and work through those. Our most famous residence is probably the rushless Nautilus. Ah, interesting. The amazing cephalopod is related to squid and octopi, but shelled like the now extinct ammonites. Sweet. Yeah, Nautilus are very fascinating little creatures. Nautilus has a unique and beautiful pearlescence and can travel at remarkable speeds, despite its tiny body and 20-foot long tentacles. The Nautilus produces the ink you see on the viewing windows. Oh, produced, sorry. Ah. You shouldn't have got too close to the Nautilus then, should you? Right, there we go. Let's clean these manipulator arms off. Nice. Hope we can get those lights done while we're there. Ah! Knew I was going to fall off at some point. Just knew it. Did say I'll have to be careful not to fall off, and look what I did. I fell off. Right then. There we go. Alright, well, I think what we'll do is, where are we now? 25 minutes. We'll have another couple of minutes of doing this, then I will pause the recording and get on with getting it cleared down towards the near complete mark, and then we'll bring you back in. These ballast tanks are looking quite nice. think what we'll be doing is we'll be chucking it onto the long extension and probably the 15-degree nozzle. It's not much of a width of spray, but it pretty well cuts through in one strike. There we go. Of course, that probably will mean that River, if you're watching, no doubt you'll be sitting there going, "You're doing it too slow." Right, well I think on that we will pause the video and I'll faff about with this little spray, and yeah, I will see you back when we're a bit closer to 99%. See you all shortly. Okay everyone, we are back at 99% cleaned. So here we are, here's our orange submarine. Orange and yellow anyway, which is all looking nice and clean now. Some fun and games ran aside for these water tanks, or air tanks, sorry, should I say. They were a bit of a pain to get to, and the relevant straps. The portholes I did struggle a little bit with, a couple of times I fell off, but otherwise we're pretty much all there. You can see it's looking all really nice and shiny. Got that wonderful, almost like bullfrog look to the front of it. And down here we should have our last little bits of the underside hatch, porthole, and then the railing. Let's get in and quickly finish these off. Boom, that's done. Lovely. Got the porthole itself. Needs a little bit of tidying up there. Let's sort the railing while we're here as well. Oh, there we go, all complete. There she blows, don't she look lovely? Right, let's hit the time lapse. What a difference, eh? That's taken about an hour and a half today. Right, submarine looks as clean as a whistle, if whistles indeed be clean. I would have thought they'd be half bound by spittle. All the best, and let me know if you require a written formal recommendation. Your work is top notch. Well, thank you, Millie. One does one's best. So there we go. So that's that one done. And we're going to move into the next one soon, which is going to be clean the modern mansion, which I think is going to be a long one. And then we've got a fire plane to clean up as well. I'll see how things go in regards to time available for recording the next video. It'll either be the modern mansion, which will probably I need to set aside most of an evening for, or clean the fire plane, which I probably imagine I can probably bang out in a couple of hours of game time. But anyway, there we go. That was the Muckingham Files submarine. So if you've enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. Any thoughts, drop them in the comments down below. And if you haven't already, please do consider subscribing. It does help the channel. Otherwise, we'll see you all in the next one. Y'all take care now. Alright, bye-bye.